Welcome, everybody. This is Political Hot Seat. It's Thursday night. Tomorrow's Halloween. Everybody drive careful. There'll be a lot of little children out there running around. And tomorrow is, I believe, the last day for early voting. And next Tuesday is the general election. And I have had a large number of candidates on the show. I have not showed bias or prejudice against anyone, for anyone that wished to come on this show. I also have a candidate here tonight to be reelected for District 5 judge is Robert Lane. But I first want to tell everybody, I've already voted. No, I'm not going to tell anybody who I voted for, and except for I did vote no on state ballot questions 1, 2, and 3. But that has not to do with any person. So we are getting down to the end of this. I want you all to know there's a lot of garbage going on. I was watching TV tonight before I came up here, and all I seen was people bashing people to be elected. Instead of people running on what they could do for the community, for the people, for the state, for the county, or whatever, they would rather try to find dirt or bash a person, which in a lot of cases, it's not even true. If they can't prove it, it's probably not true. It's just a rumor. So anyway, I'm here with candidate for 5th District Judge, Mr. Robert Lane. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Bill. Thanks for inviting me back.
Sure. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty.
Yes, sir.
Are you glad?
Campaigning is hard because you have to go to so many events and meet a lot of people, and it's hard work. But at the same time, you get to meet a lot of people. Old friends you've known for years that you haven't seen in a while. Then you get to make new friends of people who've moved into the community and are active. So it has its positives.
Right. Well, you're the type of person that gets along with people anyway.
I do.
But I mean, it just seems like this one has gone on forever. Or maybe it's just the show started too early.
My 2 oldest kids have both left the nest. They're away on their mission in college, and time's just really going fast now. I'm 55, so it's going fast, and this whole, it's gone fast this year.
Okay, well, I'm a little over 55, and I just can't even believe it's 2014. I remember being in school, and I seen the year 2000 in my prayer book, and I thought, oh, well, I'll never be around for that.
I hope that you've invited me on your show a few times. I've got to be back on TV, and I hope that after the election, over the next year, I get a chance every once in a while to come on and talk to people.
Well, I don't know if Verno will even have me on. Next Thursday, after the election, and by then we should figure out everybody that won, I was going to have a show about the election and who won, who lost, and I'm inviting all candidates to come on. If you win or lose, to come on, and that'll give you an opportunity to publicly thank people who campaigned for you, people who have helped you, people who put up signs, the people that tore down the other signs. I mean, I don't know, which I find a lot of now for some reason.
The signs are tough.
I see some big signs, I don't know. There's a name that sounds really familiar. Ripped in half, tore up, laying in the dirt, and you've probably seen some of those signs too, but anyway.
Hey, happy birthday. Tomorrow's Nevada's 150th birthday.
Halloween.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, but I'm waiting I want to say, okay, that's happy birthday for Nevada. But I want to say, everybody be safe so you can celebrate November 1st, which is All Saints Day.
Yeah. It's going to be a busy weekend. We have Nevada's birthday tomorrow, and then Halloween tomorrow night, and Saturday we got Shoshone and Beatty are both having parades and activities, all kinds of fun things on Saturday. Sunday, go to church and be with the family. Monday, I got court all day, and Tuesday's election day, so it's going to be a busy week this week.
You're going to be down there at the courthouse quite often, aren't you?
Well, on Monday I will be.
Well, how about Tuesday?
Tuesday I might be at the bar drink. I'm just kidding. I don't drink, but
no, we're going to have Spike one of his milks. No. So anyway, we're getting there, and people remember, vote. First off, I hope you register to vote, and I hope you do go vote. That is our rights, and I wish everybody would do it. I don't try to influence anybody on any way to vote for any one person. Vote for who you believe would be best for our community, who would be best for our state. And I guess in a couple of cases, best for the federal, who knows. Just because a person spends the most money or somebody tells you something, just remember, vote for the person you believe that would be best suited for that position. And don't let anybody tell you any rumors or lies about people. There's a lot of it going around. I don't think I've ran into a candidate yet that said here that I haven't heard different stuff about. Even the person we have here tonight, I even heard some bad stuff about.
About me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard a couple of rumors too.
Yeah.
They're not true. They're just rumors.
I know they're just rumors because the people past it had actually made a fool out of themselves. But anyway, I forgot to tell everybody this is a live call-in show at 727-8750. Once again, 727-8750. If you wish, you could call in and ask Judge Lane any questions that you wish, as long as you just keep it about the campaigning and about the election. Nothing more, nothing less. But anyway.
Have you heard a lot of bashing out there, Bill?
Lot.
Because I haven't been watching
All
TV.
the
I haven't been
time.
looking at the internet. I glance at the paper. I really haven't been following the bashing at all.
Well, I was watching TV today. You know, it comes out of Las Vegas, and that's all I heard. Everybody's calling everybody. I mean, I never heard anybody say anything good. All I heard was everybody saying everything bad.
I've been to about a dozen candidates' nights, and I've heard all the candidates speak many times, and I've chatted with them, and I pretty much know who I'm going to vote for, but nobody ever comes up to me and shares the bashing part. I don't know if it's because I'm the judge or if I just give out an aura that I'm really not interested in the rumors and bashing, but I don't hear much of them myself.
Well, you know, I think actually people doing that actually make it worse either for their candidate or for themselves. I don't think it's a good deal because what it is, people are so sick of it. I'm so sick of it, you know, that, come on now, tell me why you're a good person. Don't tell me why the other one's a bad person when you can't even prove what you're saying.
I guess citizens out there probably feel pretty much the same way. They're glad,
Oh.
glad the election's over and it's been a long year and the signs will come down and tired of hearing about all the negatives.
Oh, well, yeah, that's the way I am, you know. Somebody comes up and they say something about a person and I say, well, how do you know that? Well, I was told that. By whom? You know, where did you see it? Was it in the paper on the national news or you got an archive of some type or something? I mean, you know, you got some way to prove it or you're just saying it, you know, and a lot of them just spread these rumors and they carry on. Now, I got a question for you. This is off the subject of campaigning. This is on a legal subject.
All right.
And you may not even be legally able to answer this. Now, this really didn't happen, people, but let's say I got arrested for a felony, 5 of them. And I go before the Justice of the Peace, and I'm just going to grab a name out of the air, such as Ron Kent. And I plea bargain 4 of them away, and I accept 1 A, B, C, whatever, how many different types of felonies there is. I plea bargain to that. And he asks me all the questions about, did I talk to my lawyer? Did I understand? Did I, da. Now, he forwards it to your court
Excuse
for
me, that's correct.
sentencing or for...
No, down at the Justice Court level, Ron Kent and Kent Jasperson, they're just doing a probable cause hearing. If you've made a deal with the DA before you even do the preliminary hearing down at the Justice Court level, you will not recite what the deal is and everything in front of the JP. They might put it on the record, but he's not going to do anything with it.
Right.
All he wants to know is if you're conditionally or unconditionally waiving to go up to the district court. Then when you get to the district court level where I am and Judge Wonker, then you have an arraignment, and that's when you enter your plea and plead guilty and get read all your rights, and they put the deal on the record. That's
So the
when it
person
happens.
can change the deal once they get to you.
Oh, sure.
Oh.
They can change their mind on the deal right up to the moment where they plead guilty. They can change their mind, and some of them change their mind after they plead guilty and make a motion to withdraw their plea and go to trial.
What happens to the other 4 charges that we dealt away
They
with?
go back on.
Oh, they go back on. So
Yeah.
now I'm back at the number 5
Right.
thing. Okay. Yeah, I was just curious because that kind of struck me like, well, if I make a deal to eliminate 4 of them, and then I get before you and say, okay, now we only got 1 to fight.
Yeah, and The law says that the judge is really not supposed to get involved in the plea negotiations.
Right.
There's only the rare situation where the statute saying the case law says that if it offends the sensibilities of the community, if the community's offended, then I can step in and say, no, this deal isn't going forward. But 97% of them, even if I think it's too soft a deal, like you said, 5 felonies to 1 or something, there's nothing I can do about it. It's the district attorney as the executive branch that has that authority to make the negotiation.
So the person comes before you and they say they're going to plead guilty to it, and so at that time, is there a sentencing, or do you set sentencing off for another?
Once they enter their guilty plea, then we set the sentencing about 2 months away to give the Division of Parole and Probation time to prepare a pre-sentence investigation report.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I was just curious how a person could make a deal, then change their mind at the last moment and say, okay, well, 4 are gone, 1's staying, so
Yeah, well,
I'll fight the one.
they have constitutional rights and they're presumed innocent. So at any time in the process, they can say, I changed my mind, I'm pleading not guilty. But then the DA is going to say, okay, then we're pursuing all the charges.
But during that arraignment now, does the victim have to show up?
No, victims are allowed to show up at sentencing if they want to make an impact statement. But they don't need to be there at the arraignment.
Well,
they can be if they want to, but they
Well,
don't have
okay,
to
I
be.
wonder if the guy goes in and he pleads not guilty when he comes before you. Well, I plead not guilty, and so now all 5 charges come up again. And that's during what you say is the arraignment, right?
He could tell me that at the arraignment, yeah.
Yeah. And so does the victim have to be there at the arraignment, or does the victim, can they wait until the actual trial?
Correct,
Or?
the trial.
So,
All you're doing at the arraignment is pleading guilty or not guilty. That's all you're doing.
Okay, so after it leaves the Justice of the Peace, it comes to you, and that's considered the arraignment?
Correct.
Okay, so if they just go ahead and plead guilty at the arraignment, then that's it?
Then we set it for sentencing 2 months later.
Okay, so the victim then doesn't have to appear at all?
They don't have to at all if they don't want to, and the statutes give them the right to talk at the sentencing if they want to talk at the sentencing.
I see. Okay. Well, now that I got that all messed up.
No, it's very simple. You
Yeah.
get charged with a crime, you go in front of the Justice of the Peace for a probable cause hearing, and if you're bound over to district court, that's like getting an indictment in the
Yeah.
grand jury, or you're bound over, or there's probable cause, they bind you over to the district court. And the district court is where all the action happens for
Right.
felonies and gross misdemeanors. That's where the arraignment and the trial and the sentencing, everything is. For felonies and gross misdemeanors. For misdemeanors, all the action's at the justice court level.
Okay, so the first time the person appears before you, that's considered the arraignment.
The arraignment.
And it's all B felony. Is that a bad felony?
A is the highest, and then E or F is the lowest.
No. Okay. Well, I was just curious. I promise. Well, you know what? We need to go to a break here, and we'll be right back after these messages.